CPGs in this room realizes how much power the retailers still have. And it's just because, they make no money. They have 1% margins. They typically don't hire from the same type of elite institutions that, say, that the CPG companies might in their marketing departments, whatever it is. But Walmart still has all the power because they, to a large degree, own the consumer when it comes to how they get their hands. Now, Amazon's changing that a little, but you don't do all your grocery shopping through Amazon. You may never, because it's just very hard to economize shipping this good and this good and this good to one person. Amazon's trying to change that. But again, I think it's just distribution is still a large governor on any of this. And I mean, my company works in the CPG realm, and we just see that, the retailer, although they make no money, still they have everybody's ear and they have everybody's attention because they control all the main distribution points to getting the consumer. So it's totally true.
Well, you mentioned the kind of people that are being hired. There's a bit of a mismatch. I guess maybe I'll just keep on going down. I mean, Steve, we kind of talked about this a little bit. A traditional agency model would have a certain kind of person you hire to staff up media team, et cetera, which wouldn't necessarily be looking for typically a lot of quantitative skills. How have you built out your team that's maybe different from the standard there?
Yeah, I mean, our excuse me for my throat. Our teams are fairly well integrated, and we have a very much of a matrix organization, which I think would be hard for a large company like, I can't pronounce yours now, Mondelez, to probably go back to something like that because they've been around for so long. But to build it from scratch over the last 10 years has been easier. We just needed people that could be very analytical and could think through. Arguably, we wanted to look at it from the perspective of how do we think through problems that we don't take traditional approaches with, and that can be sort of sandpaper against the skin at times for clients, and even internally for people that maybe aren't don't have backgrounds in mathematics or statistics. I mean, including myself, but can appreciate that process and just come up with new ways of measuring things, being accountable. Whether that be ones and zeros or whether it be language, like you talked about. I think you can easily apply those things in very similar formulas. But when we decided to scale our business outside of New York City, which is why we moved the company outside the city, or the majority of it, about 5 years ago, to Charleston, to a marketplace that had it's a unique marketplace that had a lot of software development, engineering, aeronautics, and things of that nature, where you could find skill sets that just arguably may not